as I said before, I don't like to describe my works, because the more you describe about your work, the lazier your audience becomes, right? The most important thing is that the title of the works, meaning the title are touched on the outer walls of the Judgment Tower, and these two installations, they have the same title. The title is, Whose Water Is It? Questions. Now, there couldn't have been a more appropriate place than the Judgment Tower. You know, if you have a question, if you have a big question, and you can't solve the answer, or nobody can provide the answer, you go to court, to a judge.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, whose water is it? It's a very simple answer, though. I have the answer too. But it is not to me to answer the question, whose water is it? It is to a much higher juridic instances to answer the question. The answer is actually everybody, literally everybody, talking about now 7.2 billion people in the world, have the right for the access to clean, safe drinking water. There are many NGOs, non-governmental organizations, or aid organizations. They are involved in drinking water issues. But in the meanwhile, there are a large number of multinationals, in particular the Danone group. Danone produce Evian water and pudding, Nestle in Geneva, and Coca-Cola. They aggressively occupy and claim most valuable drink water, sweet water installations. And that's a big thing. They can do that because there is no international law written about water rights. Now I'll tell you something else. This is one work. In September I will introduce a second work which is called Earth Water Catalog. I establish now, with the help and the support and the contributions of worldwide artists who make works about, like me today, who make works about water or water issues, and that will be on a website. It's called Earth Water Catalog. And hopefully we can establish a view on water through the artful eye of the artist, and that will be a complete different picture about water. Also, in September, I will introduce a campaign, and that is called the Baby Bottle, the Baby Water Bottle Campaign. And we create a special bottle with a certificate. And this certificate says that it is our birthright to have access to clean, clear, safe drinking water. Everybody's birthright. And this bottle with this certificate will be distributed through hospitals and clinics and given to every newborn child. That's another thing. So, coming back to this place here, to the Judgment Tower, I have installed two indoors, two works. There's an upper work of a large aluminium vessel filled with water. There's water dripping in, drop by drop, about every 5 seconds. Right down below this one, there is a reverse basin with a hot plate in the middle. Okay, the water is dripping there, drop by drop. And the water is here dropping through, drop by drop on the hot plate. It evaporates, it sizzles and evaporates. It explodes actually and evaporates. The meaning of that, I don't want to say the meaning. You figure out what the meaning is. But the idea is that if I try to approach an audience, an art audience, or a spectator, whatever, you can do that in many ways, engaging water in installations. But I think, to my opinion, it is that if you present an installation where water is dripping, one drop every 5 seconds, one drop every 5 seconds, you most likely make a more impressive situation to make people conscious about water, rather than having thousands of gallons of water and creating waterfalls. That would have been possible too, but each single drop counts. And as we know, and I will tell you, I will read you something. Shall I come closer to the camera? I will read you something which is incredibly impressive. Okay, it is called Our Water Planet Earth. 97.5% is salt water. Globally, 97.5% of all water on Earth is salt water. Only 2.5% is fresh, sweet, or drinking water. Only 2.5% of all the water on Earth is drinking water. Now, here we go. Are you ready? Yeah. 70% of the 2.5% drinking water is frozen in glaciers, ice caps, north, south, and icebergs. 20% of the 2.5% is groundwater, down below the earth, the ground. 0.3% is sweet water in rivers and lakes. Now imagine, Slovenia is a beautiful country, without doubt. It's half of the country is forested, but they have great lakes, great rivers and everything. But over the whole globe, only 0.3%, less than 1%, is sweet water in rivers and lakes, only. 0.7% is ground humidity, permafrost, and swamps. That all is deducted from only 2.5%. 67% is the average global use for agriculture. 19% is used by industry and power plants. 9% is used municipal or residential household water. That all goes from 2.5%. 660 liters of water is used in the average American household per day. 660 liters every day is used in the average American household. In Europe, only 150 liters are used in the average European household day. 14 liters is the African and Asian average per day. Now here we go. 16 liters is the minimum amount of water to meet a person's daily needs. That's all deducted from 2.5%. 4 liters of water is accessible for billions of people around the globe. Estimated 1.4 billion people do not have access to safe drinking water, resulting in that one child dies from waterborne diseases every 15 seconds. Any question?
Yeah. Last one.
Now here's the thing. The drops end up in the basin, and down here is every 5 seconds. It's one drop. 3 drops, one dead child. Okay, next question. Never mind.
How did the collaboration with the Société Realiste born and was started?
Well, I knew of Société Realiste. I think they are a great artist couple, like I was once with Marina Abramovic. Different, that was male, female, and they are both male. But last year they had an exhibition at the Skuč Gallery in Ljubljana. Mm-hmm. That was curated by Teos Logar, who was present this evening. Teos makes great exhibitions in Skuč, without doubt. And I met him personally, and we had a great affinity. And because I'm so much focus on water issues now in particular way, they said, wow, that's great. After performance, water can't be better. So we got we found let's say an affinity. We communicated, and when I got the green light for getting, finally after 1 year, I got the judgment tower. We have to appropriate it to make it a decent space. And then I thought, okay, now I drag you in here. I ask you for collaboration, and we collaborated. I gave the title, Whose Water Is It? And they designed the typography, actually. And from this togetherness or collaboration, we created the illuminated installation.